It's like being electrocuted. It's that jolt, but the pain is so much more intense and severe. A very, very serious and potent sting. The now infamous stung by a Thai bark scorpion. This episode of Becoming Brave is brought to you by Summit Adventure Fuel. What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Mark Vins. Welcome back to another podcast of Becoming Brave, joined again by Andrew.
Hello.
One of our fantastic team members here at Brave Wilderness. He is an editor, producer, director, all-around extraordinary talent, and pretty handsome guy, too, if you don't mind me saying.
I think that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me.
Well, hey, man, we aim to please here on the Becoming Brave podcast. But I appreciate you joining. We've got a really cool slate of videos that we're going to be looking back on today from some episodes we actually produced last year that are finally coming out into the world.
Yes, I've been excited to edit this one for a long, long time, and it's finally going to see the light of day.
That's right.
As of right now, it's unreleased. You're going to see the view counter at 1 on the Brave Wilderness channel, which is funny to see. But it's quite the episode.
But it'll be out and viewable by the time this podcast hits the upload button. So if you haven't seen this yet, you can go and watch the now infamous Stung by a Thai bark scorpion. Dun, dun, dun.
Big pain score. Big pain score.
Second bark scorpion that I've tested. Of course, this is the sequel to the Arizona bark scorpion.
This is the first one that gave me a good scare for your well-being. This was
and we
shocking.
we were very, very far away from home.
Yeah.
Because we were in the northern part of Bangkok in Thailand, or outside of Bangkok, but just north of the city. Yeah.
I think.
Well, we were north of the city.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah, we were.
My bearings were all
and we
up.
were hugely jet lagged, and we will get into that too, because that definitely plays a factor.
Oh yeah.
But before we get into this horrific scorpion sting experience, let's talk a little bit about news and updates.
Yeah. Well, we have the Brave Wilderness shop right here, and you got some of the goods on right now.
That's right. Some of you might be noticing this cool new t-shirt that I'm wearing. It's a BW with a shark jaws on the front, on the back.
Oh.
See that there? We've got Brave Wilderness with the great white shark.
Pretty cool.
It's one of my favorite shirts we've actually ever
It's subtle.
made. Yeah. I like wearing it out. I've worn this one a lot lately. But if you go to shopbravewilderness.com, we have a bunch of new merchandise. A bunch of cool new t-shirts. I'd say we were leaning more into the lifestyle side of Brave Wilderness lately, which I dig.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of merch that we've had in the past. It's definitely geared towards more of a younger demographic. But like if you're an adult fan, we got some stuff for you. You know,
got new hats.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet. Those are cool. I like the slate gray one or the new hat.
This one,
great. Yeah, I don't know what to call that. What do you call that?
This green one.
Yeah.
I think
like a beige.
Yeah,
not beige.
It's
sage green. That's
sage.
Yeah,
that's beige sage. You know, we know what you meant. New hats. Got this shirt. I
love those too.
I like this shirt too. The mountain T-shirt's very cool. It's got Everest on the back. But anyway, if you want to pick up some new Brave Wilderness merch for your summer adventures, shopbravewilderness.com. Link is in the description. Merch is available now. What else is going on in the world besides it's hot?
It's hot. It's hot and it's humid. And right now, Boston is feeling a lot like Thailand.
It is summer. And for those of you, obviously you wouldn't know this just watching the podcast, but we're in our studio warehouse here just outside of Boston, and we have to turn off the AC when we record these podcasts.
We try and get it as cool as we can, and then right as cameras roll, we shut the AC off.
And it is very noisy with them on, but actually, if you think about it, it's not bad to give your AC a break.
Especially this time of year, like we use so much more electricity for cooling or heating for that matter. But like anytime it's extremely hot, extremely cold, it's always good to be mindful of, what your thermostat or AC is set to and trying to roll that back as much as you reasonably can. Like if you're not home, give it a rest.
Yeah.
Be really mindful of how much power you're using.
Also, I know the water usage goes like through the roof as well in the summertime. So they, they have like what we call water ban, but basically they do it periodically just because if it gets super hot, everybody wants to water their lawn at the same time, and it just kind of overwhelms the whole infrastructure of the system.
This time of year is definitely the time that I'm most mindful about my electric usage, and so I limit my AC usage. Another thing I've been trying out is actually putting my clothes on
A line?
Yeah, air drying my clothes
Really?
outside. Yeah,
Like a clothesline?
Yeah, clothesline. That's what I'm trying
Like
to say.
Little House on the Prairie.
Exactly. But it works so fast, especially this time of year. Things are done in like it feels like minutes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes the humidity, like when stuff is wet, just keeping it inside just never dries.
And plus, like doing cold washes instead of hot. Just like I'm thinking about, like, why would I want to wash my clothes in hot water? It uses more power, number one, and number two, like, I don't want to be hot. Like, might as well just wash them cool, And those are things that you can use day to day in your everyday life to minimize your energy usage,
which is good for the environment. And it is getting a little warmer out there in the world.
Yeah,
it's not going the other way.
Exactly.
Seems. Anyway. All right. Well, without further ado, we should get into the main attraction of this podcast and start talking about the Thai bark scorpion. And we're going to do a good old-fashioned watch down and give you some inside commentary as we do it. Maybe some things that are, in addition to what you might experience through watching the episode yourself at home. Now, I do want to point out that there are two versions of this video that are out in the world. There is the version that we're going to be watching right now, which is the Brave Wilderness official release. And then we also have these new versions that we're putting out exclusively on the Mark Vin's channel, which we're calling the Extreme Cuts. And let me see if I can... The intent of the Extreme Cut is to add a little bit more energy to the adventure, to try to capture a little bit more of like what it felt like to be there, in addition to like leaning into what I consider to be the YouTube sort of attention band.
Yeah.
Sometimes this is a 13.5-minute long episode.
That's not going to appeal to everyone.
That's not for everybody. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure that we're offering these adventures in smaller, more dynamic packages. So if you want to watch an abridged but firepower focused version of our content, check it out here on the Mark Vin's channel and look out for those extreme cuts. But today we're going to watch the full cut because we're going to talk a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And we need the time.
We're going to yap.
Here we go. All right, starting it out. Yes, the sting of the bark scorpion is dangerous. But yes, if I find one, I'm intentionally going to take a sting so I can put it on the bite sting index. We're searching deep in the jungles of Southeast Thailand, a place that's filled with scorpions, snakes, and tarantulas. However, the Thai bark scorpion is said to have the most painful sting of them all. And from what I know about bark scorpions, this sting might be my most painful yet. My experience with the Arizona bark scorpion left me in agonizing pain. Ah!
This is such a great reaction.
Where'd it go? Oh my gosh! Right before it was crowned the king of sting on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Of course, this was before I was stung by the murder hornet. Given that the scorpion we're after tonight is a close cousin of the Arizona bark scorpion, a known killer, we could be looking for the new king of sting. All right, that's a good segue to sort of jump in there and give some background to this whole setup. So before we even get into the adventure of it all, getting stung by the Arizona bark scorpion was horrible. A lot to deal with. We're talking the most instantaneous pain that I have ever experienced from any kind of animal interaction. And I've been through plenty to validate that's a high bar.
I've seen you go through a lot of pretty metal ones, like the Velvet Ant, for instance. Yeah. Like it same environment, it pales in comparison. And that's a bad sting in its own right.
So, in addition to the bark scorpion of the United States, the Arizona bark scorpion to be specific, it is the only scorpion that has like deaths credited to its sting. And it's not that people die every time or die often. It's the only one that actually has them like on record.
Right.
It is very rare to die from pretty much any scorpion sting worldwide. It happens more with some like death stalkers, like over there. That's a little foreshadowing. We have a death stalker video coming up.
Yep, we do.
But pretty much there's not like any scorpion on the planet that is like guaranteed. That's it, lights out, like a blue ring octopus
or bad snake bite or anything like that.
Right. So they're a different threshold. But the Arizona bark scorpion was so painful. And I just will never forget the sensation of losing all of the feeling in my arm, and like my skin felt like I was having like lidocaine, like some kind of
numbing
injection all over, and it spread systematically, like first started my finger, then half my hand, then all my hand, then under my hand, then it went up my arm, and it got all the way to my shoulder, where this was completely numb.
That's freaky. Yeah.
I could still use my hand, but I could not. There was no sensation. I couldn't feel hot, couldn't feel cold, couldn't feel touch.
Wow.
And it was just like painful. It was like a painful numb.
I wonder if that's like your body's own like self-preservation. Like, might as well just kill sensation here for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so the reason why that you had that experience with an Arizona bark scorpion and similar with the Thai bark scorpion is because it's a super neurotoxic venom. So their goal is they want to, with a very little amount of venom injected, paralyze the prey as fast as possible, because they have very small pinchers. They're small. Usually these are smaller scorpions.
If they're trying to wrestle their prey, like if they just want to get a quick tag and have it work.
So we're going to get more into this all with the sting of the bark scorpion from Thailand, but I just want to set the table that my expectations for this were grim, like very bad, because this was easily the worst scorpion sting I had taken to this point. So the anxiety was like through the roof, not to mention the fact we are now completely out of our comfort zone across the world in Thailand for the first time.
Yep. Very badly jet lagged.
Yes. Talk about that. Talk a little bit about your experience getting to Thailand, Andrew.
Well, I mean, the whole jet lag thing is just, Thailand is as bad as jet lag can possibly be, because it's the exact polar opposite flip to your time zone.
Yes.
So we're here, it's 10 o'clock right now. It would be 10 p.m. over there, and it's just a lot to acclimate to in a short period of time. And plus, you're in a new environment with dangerous animals.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see that there's snakes, there's vipers.
There's tigers.
In the trees. And there's tigers.
There's tigers there.
And we saw a panther.
A black
While
panther.
we were there,
a black panther, a melanistic panther. We literally
super rare. Super rare to see. And we got it. So we are in a new place, kind of disoriented physically, and surrounded by dangerous wildlife. So
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And,
yeah, it's a lot of...
it adds another like layer of like mental anxiety that we have to push through to pull off these adventures and these episodes, specifically the ones where I'm getting stung.
Yeah, I don't envy you, because I know my goal is not to get stung or bit or have anything like that happen. But like, there is with you, it must be a lot, because your goal is to have that outcome.
My goal is definitely not to get stung by anything else.
Yeah.
It's
just
intentional
the target
stings.
species.
Yeah, intentional stings only. So we were picking up in this episode. This is probably day 7 or 8 in Thailand. We're getting like to the middle end of the trip.
Yeah.
At this point, before we head off to Borneo, because this was only leg 1.
But this is almost like the worst the jet lag actually gets, because like there's this little like brief time where you think you've beat it, but that's like that comes around day 3. Like, you're like, okay, I think I got it under control, and
I could see it actually in performance. And maybe this is like TMI or not important to everyone watching this, but like if you see our energy level at night versus during the day, it's like completely different.
Yeah.
We're out here tonight using this black light to sweep the forest floor is because it's going to help us find the scorpion that we're after. Most scorpions' shells fluoresce under a black light. So
also called
as I
exoskeleton.
scan
See, I'm not even
this
using like proper
environment,
terminology.
there's a scorpion in the area. It's going to light up like a Christmas tree and allow us to get in a position to catch it. Oh, look at that. Got some shed. This is not scorpion, but it's scorpion shed.
What's really helpful too when you're looking for these scorpions, not only do they glow like that, is that color is so not natural.
Yeah, that
it really pops.
That is a white-lipped tree viper. I'm gonna see if I can get it down out of this tree.
They really blend in, man.
So the huge difference from all of our expeditions in the United States is when you're in these tropical areas, like there's venomous snakes hanging from the trees.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them in Thailand and in East Asia. It's more than even this species.
Oh yeah. Like going around Arizona at night, it's almost easy as a camera operator, because you have like the little like fill light that's kind of like going right to your feet, and you kind of just like scan around with your feet, but like you got to have like head on a swivel.
Yeah.
In this environment. And
you could see like just how camouflaged this snake is. And if it weren't for our artificial lights, you would never see it.
Yep, this snake is venomous.
Like during the day, you would never see this.
Okay.
So this is a pit viper.
All right, here, let's get on to that thing. You know, in America, we're used to seeing our vipers.
It'd be similar to like a water
along the
moccasin,
ground,
venom-wise.
out here in Thailand. You got to worry about these guys up in the canopies. Now, this snake is up there hunting for frogs, insects, even small birds, but it will be an opportunistic predator lying
Very
in
cool
wait,
snake. Love
trying
those
to
yellow
appear like
eyes.
a vine, ambush, and strike.
The reality of being bit by one of these
gonna,
it would
viper
likely not
right back
be
where I found
a
it in
fatal
the
bite.
street,
It would
and then we're
definitely be an
gonna
emergency though. Anytime
Yeah.
you're bit by a venomous snake, it's much more serious than even being stung by a scorpion. So that would have been the end of that
night.
production day.
That
Yeah.
is a really
Now
big
this is cool.
tarantula, and it has blue legs. This is
Let's pause on that. So
The cobalt blue tarantula.
yes, and it has like an iridescent sheen to its exoskeleton, and even some of the hairs. I almost feel like to my eye, it looked even bluer in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll see some of the shots where like the light, like you're lighting it with your flashlight kind of from behind, but like when the light is hitting it directly, it really lights up like electric blue.
And this spider, as you'll see, super aggressive.
coolest looking tarantula I have ever seen before. This is not a spider that you can just
Just
pick
as
up.
big as the
Tarantulas
desert
in
blonde that
Asia
I was
can be
bitten by
super
in Arizona.
venomous.
And to the untrained eye, you would think, oh, maybe it's
Look at that.
It
This is not a
was
spider that I would
so
just
much
want
more
to
agile
The
than
bite from the spiders out
the
here
desert
in Thailand
blonde.
is a totally
yeah.
different ball
Maybe
game
it's
than
fine
the
to
ones
pick up
that
if
we're
you've
used to
seen
handling
this
in
episode
Arizona.
before, and this is
that
almost a
time it got me.
PSA
That time it got me good.
you really need to know
I
where
had
you
to
are in the
chance
world when you're
so I could show
you know
you guys
interacting
how
with
cool
wildlife,
this arachnid
specifically
is.
spiders,
The venom from the
anything that can
species
bite
of
you or sting
tarantula
you.
out here in Thailand, we're talking difficulty breathing, heart arrymia, convulsions,
Don't do anything you see in the
vomiting.
episodes.
Oh, there
Those
you
are
go.
definitely symptoms that would send you to the
There it is.
hospital.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
see like
Back that up just a little bit.
Those are definitely symptoms that would send you to the
There you go. There you can really see the cobalt blue. So it's almost like an indigo, like deep blue. But it's weird to see a tarantula that big with coloration like that. Typically they're like dark brown or black or
yeah.
know,
You don't
at
see
the
you don't
most
see
pattern.
blues in the animal kingdom all that often, especially in land animals.
no. So
hospital.
very
I'm going to
cool
attempt
get.
to hold the spider by the carapace so I can show you the fangs that I'm trying to avoid. Okay, I'm going to put it down again. Sorry. Oh, jeez.
Admittedly, this was a bit of an experiment. I was curious if I could
It
even
is
pull
so
off
fast. Look how it flies up.
holding the spider.
See those fangs.
First, it was just so jumpy and aggressive.
Try again.
At this point, I was like, nah, probably not going to work. But was able to get a pin. That is the proper way to hold a large arachnid like these tarantulas. Does not hurt them whatsoever. It is the best way to probably get bitten unintentionally, though. So I don't
Chewing on
recommend
that
it.
Stick. This spider wouldn't
Those are
even
some
hesitate for a
serious
second
fangs.
to put a bite on me. And its venom be a whole lot worse than a bee sting. Wow. All right, I'm going to carefully put it down, and we're going to head out there and continue our
spider.
search for scorpions.
Yeah, such a cool find.
It's always really fun when you go to a new place
That's a
for
bark
the first
scorpion
time.
right there.
You're just everything you see is
We're
brand
going to
new.
use these tweezers to pick the
So
scorpion
that's
out,
why
and then
I
I'll
think
get
our
a safe
episodes are more
grasp
rich
on the sting.
whenever we visit somewhere for the first time because of that.
Oh no.
We tend to not repeat things very often.
Oh, I think I lost it, guys. Gosh, I thought that was going to be the easiest pick of all time. They're super fast. Seeing a
So,
scorpion doesn't mean
We
catching a
did
scorpion.
make it seem like they're kind of hard to find. They were everywhere.
They were everywhere.
They were absolutely.
They were hard to catch.
Yeah, they were pretty elusive. Like you saw right there, they can just like they're so tiny they can get into any little crevice or
The leaf litter was super thick.
Yeah.
That was actually a thin spot, and that's why we went for the catch. But sometimes the leaf litter would be like, I don't know, 6 inches deep. And if the scorpion falls into that, it's
gone.
And now you're like digging in there with your hands, and it just creates a lot of uncertainty and risk that we weren't trying to bring into it.
Let's keep moving.
Not to mention there could be other things hiding under the leaf litter too. You don't want to just willy-nilly go
Here's a
digging
big wood
around.
pile. This is a great spot. So bark scorpions like to live under bark or under logs. I want to search this log pile really well.
that is prime bark scorpion habitat.
saw one.
Like could
Yeah,
not
there's one
cannot
right
imagine a
underneath.
better spot.
Most people who get stung by bark scorpions are people
Yep.
like flipping
Right there.
firewood or doing yard work.
Check that out. Okay, let's try again for another grab with the tweezers. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yes, yes.
I think that's funny because it's like dramatic effect. Like the music is like, oh, this is really dangerous, but actually, like, I just didn't want to lose it.
Yeah. You're like, please.
I wanted to get the catch on camera.
Yep.
Oh, this is why I wanted to.
I love how you immediately back out to like a nice like gravel section too. Just like, okay, if it drops, we'll have a chance for recovery.
And it was late at night. I think there was a part of us that was thinking we might do this thing at night, but we were so jet lagged and it was so late. We're like, let's go nod off for like 4 hours and wait for the sun to come up.
Yeah,
so this is probably like 1 or 2 in the morning at this point.
Tweezers first. Look at how small the tip of that tail is, and if you grab that tail just a little bit off, you're taking a sting.
Now this is pretty
little game of operation
right here.
Yeah.
Especially with the new species, like you just don't know how flexible their parts are. Like some,
look at that.
Some scorpions can really tilt the tail. Yeah, they can really tilt it.
Fluorescent. And that's the only way.
I mean, you are
I would
millimeters
have ever seen
from a
the
sting.
scorpion. Now, don't let the size fool you guys. The locals here in Thailand, this is a scorpion they fear, and that's why I'm going to get out the sting table and intentionally be stung by the Thai scorpion. Getting the table out, but man, guys.
What's funny is this is the exact same environment. Like we're not the wood
nervous.
pile anymore, but
Bark
this is where we were looking
scorpions
for the scorpions the night before. So you can't really get the feel of the density of the forest at night.
Some research into
you were really socked in there.
Bark scorpion. I really couldn't find much of anything, so this is truly going to be an experiment into the unknown of scorpion stings. Time to set up the sting table. This table's been around the world. I
think we have a new table now.
fair share.
I think we just replaced that one.
How are you feeling?
Like literally just
I'm
got
getting
retired.
nervous.
Yeah.
Let's get out one more.
Look at their eyes.
Piece of equipment.
So weird.
This one had some gnarly stuff
Don't
around
leave
its
home
eyes.
without
It had like almost like
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but
There we have
you'll
it.
see. It kind of looks
Bark
like it's
scorpion.
fungus
I'll
or
tell
something
you
growing
why
on
I'm
it.
getting nervous
Yeah,
about
the
being
pattern
stung
is so
by
irregular.
this species.
It could just
The
be
general
part of
rule
their
is
camouflage.
The smaller the pinchers, the more potent the venom.
So we were beginning to talk about this earlier, and I didn't want to get too into it.
Mhm.
But when it comes to scorpions, it's almost universally true. And I say almost because I'm sure there's an exception to the rule.
Mhm.
But when you have a scorpion that is small and is quote unquote relatively weak, it needs to incapacitate its prey somehow. So it's going to do it
Right.
with its venom.
Mhm.
And that's why you have this circumstance of these smaller scorpions with thin pinchers having extremely toxic and potent venom. And then by opposite of that, the larger scorpions, the ones that look super intimidating, like we have one coming up with the giant forest scorpion.
Yep, that's basically a land lobster.
Yeah, they're like this big. You look at that and you're like, that could probably kill a person because it's so huge. But actually, its
It's just
venom,
going to crush its prey with its claws
yeah,
instead.
it's going to make you bleed. But
Yeah.
its venom is relatively, benign.
And that seems like a pretty hard and fast, not hard and fast, but like the Deathstalker had like even wispier ones than that. The Deathstalker was a little bit bigger than this scorpion, but
Yeah.
like it was just like, they were like little spindly things almost.
Yeah, and I don't want to give too much
pinchers.
away of that one
Ooh.
because that one's going to be crazy.
crazy.
But yeah, if you're ever out and you see a scorpion, sometimes people see a small scorpion. They're like, oh, it's little.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scorpion you need to watch out for.
Yeah. And if it's big and has skinny claws, stay far away.
Now, speaking of heat, I know we already talked about it in the
Mhm.
warm up. It was so hot on this day.
Yep, we are getting going like first thing in the morning, and it is already like searing.
And you could see how dry the leaves are. It was supposed to be the rainy season while we were there, or toward the tail end of it, and
Right.
it was dry as a bone.
And that has to do a lot with how these animals are eating their food. If you have big pinchers and you can put your prey into submission just by brute force, you're not going to need a venom that's that potent.
Skip eggs.
But if
We
you have
just
thin,
literally talked about
a little
this.
dry mouth here. Let me get a intimidation, pain of
wait.
the sting.
Nope.
You gotta
You
get
got to
the
back
plug.
up for that.
I gotta stay hydrated.
Summit Adventure Fuel, guys, wearing the hat. It is available now.
Check it out.
We'll put a link in the description. There is a promotion going for a discount if you do 2 bags on your first order.
Oh, nice.
now. So if you guys want to try out the official drink of Brave Wilderness, Summit Adventure Fuel, it is a pro-grade electrolyte drink. It comes in powder form. You throw it in your water. It tastes great. I helped co-develop it. I helped co-develop the flavor profile. That was my big thing because I've been using electrolytes for a really long time. And I think, I don't mind saying, most other electrolytes taste like crap.
Yeah.
Ours does not. The Summit Adventure Fuel tastes actually really good. It's also no sugar, all natural, no artificial anything. And I really stand by the product. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it really helps in the field.
So if you guys are looking for an electrolyte that you can carry with you on your adventures this summer, try Summit Adventure Fuel now. Link in the description below. SummitAdventureFuel.com if you want to buy it. That's the only place you can buy it right now, by the way. It's a
Online only.
It's a boutique product. We use only the best ingredients, and we don't produce it at scale. And that's how we're able to make it so high quality. So if you're looking for something that's not like a Walmart grade electrolyte, this is your ticket. Okay, back to it.
It is hot, hot, hot out here in Thailand. All right, it is go time with the bark scorpion. I'm gonna rate the sting on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain of the sting, and of course, the aftermath. If this bark scorpion,
I feel like we
anything
talk
like
a
the bark
lot
scorpions in
about
North America,
how
the
dangerous some of
aftermath
these
could
small
quite possibly
insects
be
are.
its
I
biggest
wonder, I'm
score
curious
out
if
of all
everyone
3
watching,
factors.
like throw
It's
a
time to
comment
dive into it.
in the
So
section
here's how it's gonna
below.
go down.
Let us know
I'm
if
going
like
to take
you see something like a bark
out of the
scorpion and
capsule.
you are
I'm gonna
actually
hold its
like
tail with the tweezers.
Freak out.
fearful for us,
Use my
because I
finger
almost wonder
to
if
take
we
the sting.
sometimes get
I'm
like
going to
too
release the
analytical
tail.
about it
Bang,
and we
bang,
sort of
bang. I'll
disarm
put it back in
Yeah.
the capsule.
the situation. I don't know. How do you
You can
feel?
guess the rest, but I'll try to endure the pain.
I don't know. I feel like
tell you exactly
part of the intimidation of
what
this
the
one comes
experience
from the
is like.
fact that
It's time to enter the sting
we
zone
know
of the
how
bark
bad
scorpion.
a
Let's
bark
get it out of the
scorpion
capsule.
is.
Yes. It is bad.
Now, I don't want to lose it. If it gets off this table, it's going to be bad news. Okay, we got to go fast. We got to go fast. Everything in my brain right now is screaming, don't do this.
So I want to point this out. Here's another. So bark scorpions, and there's some other scorpions that have this too. They have what's called a tooth behind the stinger. So you see this tooth right here, this other additional, it almost looks like a rhino horn, like
Yeah.
the small horn on a rhino. Much smaller on the Arizona bark scorpion, but that is one of the ways that you can identify a bark scorpion is by looking for that tooth.
Oh,
So if
interesting.
you see a scorpion that's small and you're not sure, you can always look at the telson, which is the stinger portion. And if behind the stinger there's not an additional barb, that might be a more garden variety, maybe less.
Because right,
dangerous.
there's like in Arizona, in the States here, we have the Arizona bark scorpion, of course, and then there's the
The striped tail.
striped tail
That looks
doesn't
similar.
have that tooth, correct?
Yeah, it does not have the tooth, and it is small. Its pinchers aren't long and slender. It actually has pretty beefy little pinchers, but
oh yeah.
they're not nearly as toxic. So yeah, keep an eye. If you see a scorpion that has this secondary barb, that's another indication that you're dealing with a very dangerous arachnid.
Look at the bottom of the tail. Look in the middle of that segment there, at the,
Here?
towards the bottom. Like, man, it's got some serious
Carnage.
stuff on it.
Yeah, this was not the most like hygienic looking scorpion.
No, that was kind of a theme of this trip was kind of gnarly animals.
A really crusty looking bark
It's a
scorpion.
really good instinct for everyone at home to follow. Never intentionally do anything like this. Hopefully, by me going through this, we'll all learn what we need to know.
I feel like that has to
about
be said.
the sting of
Hopefully
this
it goes without
tiny
saying.
bark
Don't do this at
scorpion.
home.
I'm Mark Venz, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the dreaded
He's
bark
menacing.
scorpion of Thailand. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh! Wow! Oh my gosh! Where is he? Where'd he go? Wow! Oh my gosh, guys, that was like a lightning
You can
bolt.
still feel it in my finger.
So I wasn't with you for
Trying to
the
find
original
him,
bark
losing-
scorpion. The Arizona bark scorpion.
No,
This
you
was my
weren't.
first time being there with you for this one.
Uh-huh.
And it made me jump out of my skin when your reaction, you know?
Yeah, it's like getting struck by lightning in a very small package. It's like being electrocuted, you know, like if you've ever unintentionally like, you know, been shocked like by a light socket or something like that. It's that jolt, but the pain is so much more intense and severe with the scorpion, where, you know, if you get zapped by something, usually like it's immediately relieved.
Yeah.
This is, and you almost like are confused by what happened. You're not confused by what happened when you're stung by a scorpion. You know, you're like, wow, ow, bang, and you're off to the races. Now, with this one, I was trying to find it to make sure nobody stepped on the scorpion or And we kneeled down and got stung again.
Wow. Oh.
And at this point, I'm just like racing to do this because I'm just like starting to like shake and seize up.
Oh. Ow.
The adrenaline will get you so far, and I know this from experience now. Like when you're initially hit by something, the first moments you sort of feel like you're fine. But I know to beware of that like confidence, and I knew the way that initial punch felt. I knew I was in for it.
Yeah. You're already full of adrenaline because you know you're going through with it. So
yeah.
One second.
Okay.
And I was trying to just clamp my hand down because I knew the venom was there, and I was trying to like isolate it to see how bad it was going to be locally before I let it start to spread. Because like a neurotoxic venom, it does spread. So if you can keep it, so if you're ever stung or bitten by a snake or have anything that is neurotoxic, that's actually when you want to confine the venom and tourniquet, or like in a lot of the snakes, if you're bitten by a neurotoxic snake, they actually make these bands that have a stretch indicator that shows that the band is tight enough.
Oh wow!
Because you want to isolate that venom and not let it spread. Now the opposite can be true for like a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
So that's not a one size fits all first aid advisement right there.
Wow. Instant pain. Instant pain. Oh gosh, I'm like getting like.
Whoa, you okay?
It burns so bad, dude. It burns. See how red it's getting? It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It stings, radiating all through this finger, and it's spreading. I can feel it coming up my finger. Wow. It's like electrical shocks, man. Wow.
So
I'm glad we got good shots of it because I don't think you were going to do that one again.
No, we'll not be doing that one again. And to try to elaborate on the sensation, if you've ever had a Charlie horse where you've slept on your arm or something and it goes numb, and when you start to get feeling back, it can be very painful.
Yeah.
You start to get the nerves start to like kick back on, and it feels like static. It's like that, but more intensified.
Yeesh.
So that's the best way for me to describe something that might be more relatable for everyone watching this, because most people have experienced the Charlie horse thing.
Yeah.
This is more acute, and unfortunately, it's a little bit more permanent. It doesn't go away, so it can last for, in the case of the Arizona bark scorpion, like many days.
Yeesh.
And it doesn't go. It hurts the whole time. Like it doesn't. It's not like an hour long, and then like, oh, I'm kind of used to this. It sucks for the whole time.
This is going to be a whopper of a score. Let's go to the BSI and see where the bark scorpion of Thailand ranks on the index. Here we go. On intimidation, the Thai bark scorpion's uncanny resemblance to the fearsome Arizona bark scorpion set my nerves on fire. My experience with that scorpion still ranks at number 2 all time on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Knowing that I might be in for my worst sting yet, I give the Thai bark scorpion a 9 out of 10. For pain,
So we could not verify any fatalities from the Thai bark scorpion. That's probably another piece that we left out of the episode, but that's a reason why it did not get a higher score on that.
Yeah, we did that little vlog section. You say we couldn't find much of anything about it, which means there probably hasn't been many fatalities, if any, attributed to it.
Right.
So that kind of hurts it a little bit.
Plus, compared to Arizona, there are things that are way worse. There's more things way worse than this to be mindful of in Thailand. So it's just not high on the list of concern.
The scorpion was shockingly painful. My hand
So that's one thing. I was going to talk about this, but I didn't want to ruin for people seeing this for the first time, the reaction. When scorpions sting, they all have a very similar tactic where they wedge their telson underneath, and they're always like
Scooping
up. Yeah, and that's because like most of the prey or things that they are encountering have either like thick scales or they have armor, and they're trying to find a crack in that armor, and then once they do, slide up underneath and inject the venom. So yeah, that's the reason why they always have that. I always thought, before I was ever stung by a scorpion, I thought it was like snake
drill it.
strike,
Yeah.
whap, whap,
Yeah.
like this. And it's not. It's more of a push and then dig. So they have more of a digging sting, to where a wasp or other flying insects have more of that like
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah.
So it just a observation. I don't know how helpful that is to people watching this, but yeah, when you're if you're gonna get stung by a scorpion, it's usually they usually give you a little warning tap before they drive in the stinger. My hand immediately lit up with hot electrical pain, and just like the Arizona bark scorpion, it delivered this brutal sting extremely fast, a sign that the venom is extraordinarily potent. I have to give the pain rating a 9.5 out of 10. The aftermath of this sting was interesting. It
The
was a
sting
little
site
level down
burned
from the
afterwards.
Arizona
It was
bark.
clearly irritated, but it didn't cause much swelling. And while the hours and days that followed were very painful, it was nowhere near the Arizona bark scorpion.
It didn't impact
so
the
this
production.
One only
Like,
earns
no,
this
an
was
8
early.
out of 10 for the aftermath. All things considered, the Thai bark scorpion earns an
see here.
8.8 out of 10.
Still a very respectable
rightfully
score.
ranking high on the list of the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, but falling.
So how did the Danky Mushy fare?
The Danky Mushy intimidation score is what kind of drove that one down.
The experience of the pain was definitely worse than the fireworm, but the aftermath of the fireworm was so much worse.
Now, that was measured on a scale of months.
Yeah, I mean years. I still have scarring and flare-ups from the firearm. So the Thai bark scorpion, 8.8 out of 10, nowhere near the top, unfortunately, compared to the other bark scorpion. So Arizona bark scorpion, far worse, but still a very, very serious and potent sting. If you ever visit Thailand, avoid these at all costs. You do not want to get stung by one of these.
It was funny. There's like a little so we were around Kankachan National Park, and there's like this little like outpost, like kitchen dinner place, like kind of like almost in the middle of the jungle. And we had the black light, and we would kind of like we would eat there, and we'd have all of our equipment with us, and you could like shine the black light, and you could just see these scorpions everywhere. And after this, it's like, oh boy, okay, we gotta be a little bit more mindful of where we're stepping.
I would highly recommend anyone visiting the forest in Thailand to bring a blacklight with you, especially if you plan on living or like staying in a jungle location. I would give, when we were there, like a blacklight sweep every night of the floor of my room, because I like to walk around. I don't like to wear socks. Yeah. Like probably TMI, but I don't like to wear socks at night when you're like in a really humid place. It's like very uncomfortable. But if you're not wearing socks, you're even that much more concerned. And the scorpions do get under the doors and stuff. They just
they're tiny.
It has nothing to do with, we're not going to shame any of the places we stayed that we saw scorpions. We didn't.
It's like seeing a spider. It's like,
but yeah, they
happen.
Can get in.
Yeah.
And we often kept our boots outside because they were, jungle funky. We didn't want them in the room with us. So I'd always check in the morning,
shake them out.
Standard protocol. They're just like things that I don't even think about anymore that you need to do to protect yourself when you're in these more natural environments. But if you are stung by a scorpion, unless you're allergic, the chances of you getting in a serious medical emergency are still very low. It's just going to be really uncomfortable.
It's going to be bad.
All right. Well, that was a good look back. We've got some other great episodes coming up later this summer, guys. We've got another scorpion from Borneo. We've got a scorpion from Dubai. Our first official video from the Middle East.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a fun one.
We've had some content from the Middle East, but I would call this our first Middle East production trip. So really excited.
And an amazing catch of another species.
That's right. Ooh,
it's gonna be fun.
We'll leave that one as a little bit of a tease.
Yeah.
But thank you, Andrew. Awesome hanging out.
Always fun.
Guys, we're gonna keep doing this. Hopefully everybody's finding this insightful into our adventures on Brave Wilderness and here on the Mark Vins channel. If you have any feedback, suggestions, just general comments at all, drop it in the comment section. And we're looking forward to having more Becoming Brave episodes here in the very near future. We'll see you next time.